I recently visited Pune, a city in Maharashtra, India, for the Urban Sketchers Pune All India Sketch Fest. Apart from all the heritage walks and meeting amazing people, I also discovered some beautiful cafes. On the last day of our visit, my husband Arvind and I were walking down, figuring out where to eat, and we ran across this very cute board of this cafe called Pimlico. This beautiful cafe that we stumbled upon, if I have to describe it in one line, it would be pastel heaven. The entrance was decorated so beautifully and it had such a cozy, inviting vibe attached to it. During this trip, we visited so many beautiful cafes, each one better than the other. This was my absolute favorite corner of this place. The pastel frame mirrors are so beautiful, and it would be amazing to have something like this at home. Here is what the cafe outdoors look like, and you can see why I said it's pastel heaven. You can see these beautiful pastel shades used aesthetically, and then there is the element of quirk which is added over here using the scooters, the car seats, and all the amazing beautiful things that they have put together over here. Right opposite to where I was sitting was this beautiful corner, the door leading to the inside of the cafe and the cabinet on the window on the left hand side in this nice sea green teal shade with the flowers around it. I was also quite attracted to the scooter table, so I decided to use the little time I had before heading back to the airport to do a little sketch along while waiting for my breakfast. Here are the things I carried along with me in my teal sling bag: a magnetic clip-on palette, my Lamy Safari fountain pen, a water brush, A6 size 300 GSM watercolor sketchbook from Scholar Store, some bulldog clips in different sizes, and some tissues. This tiny kit has evolved so much over the years. From a gigantic bag of art supplies to this tiny set, I have come a really long way. This has been by far one of the most compact sets I have curated for myself. In fact, the sketches which are there in the sketchbook in the beginning, they were all made in Pune. Time to go ahead and paint what I see. Today I've decided to paint first and then ink it. The idea is to not always get a beautiful end painting, but the process is what makes it amazing. For me, capturing these moments helped me to just pause the memory associated with the place, the feelings I had when I was there, what I felt over there, what I saw over there, what I heard over there. So when I see the painting, all of these feelings come flooding to me and it just fills up my heart and soul. That is why I think it is amazing to just draw what you see. Capture moments like this and small snippets in your journal or a sketchbook. Draw a little bit, write a little bit around it if you feel like. Sometimes you can just ask yourself, what color do I feel like today? And apply that color to your art. Example, you don't really have to create a teal door like the one I'm creating. You may feel red today and then decide to just capture the same door in red. I picked up this brush pen at one of the stalls over here from Art Lounge. I will put up the link of the same in the description box. I've used a lot of these kind of water brush pens, but I've not been very happy with the quality of the earlier ones because after a few uses they tend to just get spoiled. But surprisingly, this one has been quite nice. The advantages of having a water brush is you don't need to carry a water cup with you or a foldable cup also. So I find this really useful, and if I have to carry everything in my tiny sling bag, this is absolutely perfect for me. All I need is just like one brush. I've done the base layer of my painting and I'm now going to let it rest for a while and completely dry up. So while that is drying, I am going to paint this beautiful scooter table that I saw near me. You have seen in a lot of earlier videos of mine how I directly like to draw with my pen. That way I love directly painting with my brushes too. You may have noticed a pencil missing in my art kit, and that is quite intentional. I love spontaneity, and as a person also I'm quite spontaneous. I like doing things on the whim, especially with travel, so the same style reflects in my art. If you're a beginner or if you're somebody who's not very confident of painting directly with your brushes, then feel free to use a pencil and then draw a very light sketch of what you're going to paint and then fill in the colors. Now, if you want to get into the habit of painting directly, then you have to get a little better at your drawing. So one thing is that, or just directly start painting with the brush. Don't think about anything, just create what comes. Don't worry about any mistakes that are happening, and just add in whatever you see. You will notice that if you do this continuously for like about 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, there will be a huge difference from day 1 to day 31. Sketching every day improves your skill set, it improves your confidence, your stroke quality gets better, and your speed increases as well. So normally I do very quick sketches even when I'm outdoors or inside the studio. I am a person who likes doing these fast art. I don't really take hours and hours and to sit together and create a piece because I don't have patience to do that. So that style reflects in my art and I completely own it. I love how my art style is. It helps me to capture a lot of things in this way because I'm able to create multiple things. So my coffee is now here, and that is also in such a pretty teal cup. I love that everything is pastel today, including my sling bag and also my pink jacket. I'm now adding some details for the windows with some Payne's grey. You will notice that this particular grey is very bluish grey. So this is a very nice color. If you want to darken any color and take it to the next shade, you can mix Payne's grey with it. So I'm avoiding these days to use directly black on my watercolor set, and so I'm just experimenting with different styles and seeing which one really speaks out to me. I'm doing very loose squares for the windows. I'm not going to be very perfect because that is not exactly my style. So I just go with what speaks well to me. So if you are somebody who loves doing precision drawing and has inclination towards creating very straight lines and absolutely perfect rectangles and squares, please go ahead and do that. There is no specific rule in art that you need to follow. Staying true to yourself and your style is the most important thing with art. That is how every artist develops their own individual style, and that is what is going to become your definition and your identity eventually. So just go with what your heart says and create whatever makes you happy. I'm moving on now to create these details with my pen. I'm using a fountain pen here. This is the Lamy Safari, and the ink that I'm using is Noodler's ink, which is waterproof and it is perfect for fountain pens. You can see me here in concentration, sketching, adding the details. You can use a micron, a sketch pen, any pen that you like for adding the details. I prefer the fountain pen. I think with fountain pen, it's very flowy for me with the lines. They don't have to be perfect and they don't need to be complete also. There's no specific rule like I said before. So just feel free and just go with the flow, whatever your mood feels at that time. In fact, you don't even have to do an outline. I think even without the outline at this stage, it looks pretty much done. It helps your mind to fill in the gaps and to figure out what the form is. These tiny A6 size sketchbooks really are very useful because they force you to be minimalist with your lines and details, and it in fact helps you to improve your observation skills. It's almost like a challenge. What are the least number of lines you have to use to draw a particular subject? When I have a table that I can keep my sketchbook on, this is the style that I like painting, which is first I apply some colors and then I ink it. But when I'm outdoors, I prefer to draw first and then paint it because I don't know how long I will have if I'm standing on a road or if the light is moving away or we have like about 5-10 minutes in a place and then we have to leave from there. So in that case, I prefer to always sketch first and then I fill in the colors either there or I come back to my studio or on the way when I am free anywhere else. I like to fill in the colors. So today here, since there was a nice table set up and we were literally the only people in the cafe for breakfast in the morning on a Monday, so I think we had enough time in terms of like taking the liberty to be able to first put in the colors and then the outline. Time to now give life to the scooter table. You would have noticed the small blob of grey under the tire. This is thanks to my hand rubbing off on the wet paint. I decided not to fix this issue or even worry about it. It's all part of the experience, and when I look back, it will give me a good laugh about my clumsiness. You will notice that when I'm doing the outline of the scooter, it starts coming to life, and all the blobs of colors which are there, which give kind of an indication of a scooter, but still not a complete indication. When the outline is getting done, it completely comes to life. So this is the best part about illustration and this style of creating artworks. So if you are somebody who wants to experiment with something new and you've never done this before, just take a sheet of paper, put splashes of color on it and draw anything on top of it. Your colors can go out of your outlines. It doesn't have to be only always inside. So just try that out and see how amazing the feeling is to create something like that. It was such an amazing place to have breakfast and sketch. I can't wait to visit Pune again and visit more lovely cafes like this one. This is what I like doing in my journal sketchbook. I like adding in my thoughts along with the sketches, and then when I look back on it later, I know what was going on in my mind, and then everything comes rushing back and I'm able to relive all of those memories again. So I have books from 2018 where I've started sketching and writing a little bit. So it's all started more with sketching, and then I slowly started adding some text along with everything. Before leaving, here is the entire view of the beautiful cafe. This is still the outdoors. The indoors are also extremely beautiful and very nicely done inside. So next time I think I'll come here for dinner and sit inside and enjoy the amazing place. Ever since I have started drawing whatever I am seeing, and especially when I'm traveling, my observation skills have improved so much, and I look at everything in a very different perspective. It all like soaks inside me and I'm able to enjoy every moment I'm there. So I hope you also start sketching and just pick up a sketchbook wherever you go and draw whatever you see in front of you.